Superstars Media.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm happy once again to make your acquaintance again this morning. Yes, I still remain the Biafra Golden Child, and I'm still using the opportunity provided by the Biafra Superstar Media, to interact with us. Yes, we are moving straight down to the promised land. We are all moving forward to the declaration of the United States of Biafra, the successful declaration of the United States of Biafra. You know, so the days are counting. We're now counting in days. You know, and so in the spirit of success, in the spirit of achievement, we are still on the matters arising, urgent matters arising towards the proclamation and the successful declaration of the United States of Biafra. Yes, this morning I want to draw our attention, to a viral message now coming from none other than, Simon Ekpa, our able Prime Minister and the Prime Minister of the Biafra regional government in exile. Yes, he has taking pains to make this declaration he's doing today, which I want to bring to your notice. He took pains because he saw that a lot of people appear to want to sabotage what Biafra represents and what Biafra is looking towards, especially now that the days are numbered. Yes, especially now that we are now counting the days. So the able Prime Minister of the Biafra government in exile, Simon Ekpa, has come out vigorously to make this pronouncement. And what is he talking about? Ladies and gentlemen, uh, our able Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa, has come out vigorously to expatiate and proclaim, yes, proclaim that he will not heed calls from incarcerated leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, to put an end to the sit-at-home currently being enforced across the southeastern region every Monday. Yes, did you hear me well? Our able Prime Minister has said that he would not, heed the calls from our incarcerated leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, none other than Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, to put an end to the sit-at-home currently being enforced across the southeastern region every Monday. Yes. Uh, Going forward, EPA revealed this during a special episode of 90 Minutes Africa, hosted by Rudolph Okonkwo on Tuesday. Yes, he was in a special episode of the 90 Minutes Africa, hosted by none other than the prolific Rudolph Okonkwo on Tuesday. Yes, EPA went on to say, I won't listen to Nnamdi Kanu's instructions and sit at home. Yes, Finland-based pro-Biafra agitator stated, I will only listen to him not just when he becomes a free man, but he has to come to Finland to tell me face to face, he said. Yes. In July 2023, the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, in a letter read to the media by his special counsel, Aloy Ajimako, instructed Simon Ekpa to desist from calling any sit-at-home forthwith. The IPOB leader further stated that anyone who continues the enforcement of sit-at-home in the southeast is not his disciple. Yes. However, our able Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa of the Biafra government in exile, said that the only condition for him to listen to such an instruction is that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, a Muslim leader, has to come to Finland and sit one-on-one with him and tell him this. Yes, he said, the only way I can obey this instruction that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, yes, my able leader, will come to Finland, sit one-on-one with me, and we discuss this. That is my condition, Mr. Ekpa declared. Even if they bring him out today and he stays in Nigeria and says, Simon Ekpa, stop, I'm not going to stop, he vowed. Simon Ekpa explained that the sit-at-home exercise was a pathway to Biafra freedom. He says that it has succeeded in crushing the economy of Nigeria, delegitimizing the Nigerian government in Biafra land, and demonstrating that the people don't listen to Nigerian authorities anymore. Simon Ekpa went on to say, we are using 4 different mechanisms to pursue the freedom of Biafra, he stated. The political, diplomatic, self-defense or armed struggle, and the civil disobedience approach. He said these are the 4 approaches we are using to delegitimize, and fight Nigeria, and they are working perfectly. Responding to criticisms that the sit-at-home is taking a toll on traders, students, and other residents of the region, Simon Ekpa argued that it was a price worth paying to achieve a better future for the people. The traders have a better business ahead of them, and the students will have better schools to attend in the future, he insisted. What we are doing is a price they have to be paid, that have to be paid for freedom. Freedom does not come easy. We are going to bring an alternative to work for them. So they have to pay the price of not going to school if they have to. Yes, that's all credited to the Sahara reporters. Yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, in case you find out to believe it is true, rightly true, yes, our able Prime Minister, the Prime Minister of Biafra, Biafra region in exile, Simon Ekpa, has declared that he would not listen to any call by our maximum leader who is still in the dungeon of the TSS, if he telling him, amongst other things, to relax, to stop the sit at home every Monday in the Southeast. That no, I will not do that. I will never permit that. The sit at home has come to stay. Sit at home every Monday is serving a useful purpose. It is one of the conditions that would make delegitimize every activities of Nigeria on the eastern region. 1, 2, it gives every opportunity for the full declaration of the Biafra with the Biafran people ready and available to receive that declaration. He said the only condition with which he's going to accept such an instruction or directive from his able leader, our maximum leader, Nnamdi Kanu, is 1, if Nnamdi Kanu comes to meet him one-on-one in Finland. 2, if they both sit together and he tells him, Simon, stop this. I will stop it. And so for all those who are criticizing him for not accepting such a declaration, such a directive from maximum leader, the dungeon of the DSS, Simon Ekpa, has told you, no. I'm not saying I'm not going to heed to his instruction. I'm not saying I won't heed to his directive. But of course, you should know that what we are doing today is for a purpose. We are doing a lot of things to achieve political independence, social independence, cultural independence from that dungeon called Nigeria. Said he and his group, that they imposed that sit at home exercise, as a pathway to Biafra freedom. Insisted it has succeeded in crushing the economy of Nigeria, delegitimizing the Nigerian government in Biafra, and demonstrating that the people don't listen to Nigerian authorities anymore. You can all bear witness to the fact that several governments, including the government of Enugu State, Pitamba, including the government of Anambra State, Professor Soludo, has told, even the recent times, the Abia State Governor, uh, Oti, has told people, don't don't stay at home over Mondays. And of course, nobody listens to them, including even the Imo State Governor, Hope Uzodinma. The people always sit at home because they have only one voice to listen to. They have only one name that can talk to them. And that is the able Prime Minister, of Biafra Regional Government and exile, His Excellency Simon Ekpa Njoku. And Njoku has said, yes, I don't want it to seem like I don't want to listen to my maximum leader. I don't want to listen to my, you know, able leader. No, but I'll do it on one condition. I don't want to hear it through any mouthpiece. I don't want to hear it through any reported speech. I don't want to hear it, via any other medium, except I am one-on-one with him physically. Come to visit me in Finland, and we sit together and we talk. I touch him life and body, and he says, bro, let it be over. Stop the sit at home. And then I'll do it. He said, you cannot keep my maximum leader in a dungeon of the DSS. We are under, manipulation. We are under, extortion. We are under excruciating and dehumanizing conditions. You force him to say what he didn't say. Give him his freedom. Give him his freedom. After all, the courts have declared him not guilty of any offense. Let him come out. Let him go. Let him come over to Finland. Make me one-on-one. And of course, if he tells me, stop the sit at home, of course I will go ahead. Because one of the reasons we put the sit at home is because we're not happy. Our Muslim leader was, shamefully and heartlessly and wickedly renditioned from Kenya and incarcerated in the DSS dungeon, where they bring up every other day. They are taking him to court on cropped up charges, and even when he's not found guilty, they still keep him in dehumanizing conditions. So Simon Ekpa said, "No, no way. We aren't going to stop the sit-at-home order in the southeast. No way." Even though people are quoting my maximum leader, my able leaders, Nnamdi Kanu, of telling me, insisting, directing that I stop it, I will not, except I see him bone to bone, flesh to flesh, blood to blood in Finland, and we both reason together. And he says, it is over. Stop, the sit at home. Then we'll both declare it once and for all. Until then, no, it's serving a purpose that is very, very, important and and crucial to the successful declaration of the United States of Biafra. Yes. He went further to explain again. He said, we are using 4 different mechanisms to pursue the freedom of Biafra: the political, diplomatic, self-defense or armed struggle, and the civil disobedience approach. Yes, our able Prime Minister said these are the 4 approaches we are using to delegitimize and fight Nigeria, and they are working perfectly. Perfectly. I love the sound of that. Perfectly. Yes. And they said, yeah, when they criticized him, why are you keeping people at home? That is taking a toll on traders. Why are you keeping them at home on Mondays? Why are you keeping students at home on Mondays? And other residents of the region. Our able Prime Minister once again argued that it was a prize worth, paying to achieve a better future for the people. The traders have a better business ahead of them, and the students will have better schools to attend in the future. He insisted, what we are doing is a price they have to pay, that have to be paid for freedom. Freedom does not come easy. Freedom does not come cheap. We are going to bring an alternative that will work for them. So they have to pay the price of not going to school if they have to. Yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, I think all these are information that I think you should know, you should have at your 4 fingers as we step on, as we move into, day by day now, into the final declaration of the United States of Biafra. Yes, our maximum leader, yes, actually directed our able Prime Minister, to stop the sit at home, order in the Southeast for every Monday. you know. And our able Prime Minister has replied him, yes, I heard you loud and clear. Yes, I can feel you. But please, sir, with all due respect, when you come out from the dungeon of the DSS, when I can be sure that you're not under any manipulation by anybody, when I can be sure that you are speaking from your courageous mind as usual, from your right mind as usual, without any fear of, you know, favor, any fear of anyone, no matter how highly placed. When me and you are sitting together here in Finland, when we are sitting together, yes, I will listen to you. But for now, sir, we are on the right track, and it is expected, it is giving us the perfect result that we want. It is creating, you know, uh, every opportunity for the successful declaration of Biafra. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's over to you now. You can now see why all the clamor, all the shouting here, all the hula palo release, even from governors. Some governors have come out from different states in the southeast, threatening their people, put sanctions. If you don't come out on Monday, I will lock your shops. If you don't come out on Monday, I will do this, you'll pay fines. If you don't do this, I will do it. But the people are adamant. The people are adamant. They remain at home. They sit at home because, of course, they know there's only one voice that they should listen to. That is the voice of his able, the sagacious prime minister, the indefatigable prime minister of Biafra regional government in exile, Simon Ekpa, who they know means well to them, who they know represents everything Biafra, everything the Igbo man, desires and aims, to develop himself. Somebody who has promised you to declare your country, to lead you into self-rule, to lead you into a sovereign state. What else do you want? What else do you want with corrupt, ill-motivated governors, people whose elections are still objects of caricature, who were foisted on the people even when they didn't win. People who live in the country that has been vigorously, that has been famously declared, as a shithole. People who are aspiring for nothing else than to loot the treasury, the common treasury, the patrimony of every Nigerian. People who, in every government in power, they are there, back to back, the past 20, 15 years, 25 years, they have been in power as one thing or the other, all in a bid, all in a bid to pilot, to steal, to aggrandize the wealth of the people for their own personal aggrandizements. I mean, what are we talking about? All the governors who are telling people, come out, don't sit at home, come and develop your state. Where are their children schooling? Most of them, their children are in Ivy League schools overseas. Most of them, their children are working overseas. Most of them, their wives and children are doing businesses here and there. And they let the poor man continue to suffer in the dungeon called Nigeria, in the zoo called Nigeria. And when our able Prime Minister has assured us 2nd December 2024 is a date with history, a date, the full declaration of the United States of Biafra, he said we should listen to who? We can't listen to anybody except his able Prime Minister, the sagacious, the cerebral, the bold, the man with the Midas touch, Simon Ekpa. That's where we are. That's where we stand. That's where we are looking forward to. So, ladies and gentlemen, you've heard it loud and clear. This is where it is. Every activity, everything we do today, every prayer, every fasting, every tithing, every effort we should make should be geared towards 2nd December 2024. That's where we stand. That's where we're looking forward to the successful declaration of the United States of Biafra. The time is now, never better than now. So gear up, brace up, all hands must be on deck. Let us endure the sit at home, except except of course, the powers that be in the dungeon called Nigeria release, do the right thing, and release unconditionally our maximum leader, Nnamdi Kanu. Once they do that, let him go out and meet his family. Let him go and meet his able disciple in Finland. There and then, of course, our Prime Minister has promised. Of course, our able Prime Minister has promised. If and only if his leader, our maximum leader Nnamdi Kanu, comes to meet him, in Finland, bone to bone, flesh to flesh, blood to blood. And they sit down and they tells him, they are, my dear lieutenant, my dear prime minister, go ahead, stop, cease. They sit at home on Mondays. Then we should all consider it done. I like that. That is what makes a statesman, a gallant statesman. You must talk the talk, you must walk the talk. At every point in time, you should not be easily manipulated. You should be able to call a spade and not an agricultural instrument. Say it the way it is. Say it the way it is. And when they listen, they know that there's no ambivalence in what you're saying. You are not a man who says A and means B. You say it the way it is and you do it the way it is. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. That's it for this morning. I wish you all the best. Go to your legitimate businesses. Do all you have to do. But of course, remember, 2nd December 2024 is a date we must all keep abreast, must all keep alive in our minds. God bless you all. God bless the United States of Biafra. Thank you and God bless.
Yeah, Biafra, yeah, Superstar Media, tell me about Biafra, we going back to the motherland, tell me about Biafra, I wanna know, tell me about Biafra, we going back to the motherland, tell me about Biafra, I wanna know. We're going back to the land. We're going back to the motherland. Biafra. Tell me about Biafra. We're going back to the land. Tell me about Biafra. We're going back to the motherland. Tell me about Biafra. Tell me about Biafra. We're going back to the land.